Hello and welcome to Wicklow Good News with me, Jillian Godsil. This is our inaugural post and I'm so happy to have Michelle Lynch Power today as our guest. Welcome to the show, Michelle.
Thanks, Jill.
Now, we met before, not so long ago, on East Coast FM on Wicklow This Week, when your daughter came in with an amazing story about how she had grown her hair from, I think, 3.5 to 5.5, and she brought her hair to donate it to children who lose their hair through cancer and other illnesses. And your daughter was amazing, the most beautiful little tot, and she barely said a word.
No, nothing.
She was so shy, but she was, and it's a shame we didn't have a video then. She was just so cute, but she was such a brave girl, and it was a wonderful experience and a wonderful story. And Marlena and myself after, well, what a fantastic girl. Now, tell me a little bit about you, because this program, this series of programs and podcasts, all about people doing amazing things. But first of all, can you tell me who you were before COVID-19?
I was a few things. Like, I'm a local audiologist, so I run a local business in Delgany and Greystone. And I also was involved with dog rescue. So in the community, I was always sort of around, you know, and people would know me for either the audiologist or the dog person.
Okay. That's good. You're very busy in your community. You're active in your community, and your daughter obviously has inherited that, you know, civic duty from her family, from her mother.
Yeah, hopefully. My my family or in-laws are all like that in the local area. My mother-in-law was the local pharmacist, and they were all involved in local sports groups. My husband played rugby, you know, so we're always, we think it's important, you know, to be a part of your community when you live there, you know, and contribute. So that, and I'm a mum to 2 little girls, Grace, who's 5, and Lauren, who's 2. So I'm busy. But so life was just fairly, you know, average really before COVID. But I also work in Tala Hospital, so the wave of anticipation, you know, hearing about COVID coming from China and moving across, and day by day, it was just mounting. It was just, you could feel the wave coming across the hospital, changes being made. And it was almost like we're holding our breath, you know, just waiting to hear for the first case, you know. So I
think the first case was in Tala in Ireland, wasn't it?
Not fully confirmed to us, but I do believe, it was there.
So your front line, which is very scary, because I've just saying to you before we started this call, I have 2 sisters nurses, and one of them works in Tala, and it's you know, as with the rest of the country, we're very worried about our healthcare workers. So in addition to the fact that you are still working in Tala, what did you do? This is like an amazing thing, because everyone's sort of saying, what can we do? What did you do, Michelle?
Well, I just thought, like I was saying, I'm quite active on Facebook locally. And I saw, as soon as An Taoiseach announced the closure of creches and schools, I just saw all these people just saying, you know, really want to help out. Anybody give me a shout. I'm here. I don't know what to do, but I'll do, because I just want to help. But there was all separate people doing it. So I just thought, okay, Friday morning, I'll put my hand up and I'll just say on actually Greystone's open forum, hi guys, would anybody prefer a group or a page? Would you get involved if I set it up? And about 25, 26 people came back and were like, yep, putting their hands up and ready for it. So I was like, God, if we got a group of 30 people willing to help, wouldn't that be amazing? So set it up. Didn't really know what it was going to look like, you know. I had no clue of the demand either. And that first night on Friday, we had 198 people signed up to volunteer.
Just in the Wicklows area or in the Greystones area, or?
It was mainly the Greystones area, or wider, you know, Cocooned and Delgany. And then through that, I discovered there was a chap, Stephen Kavanagh, from, and he was doing Newcastle. And then there's a great girl, Ciara Perks, in Newtown Mount Kennedy, and she is running the Newtown Mount Kennedy. There's like a district forum there, and she was doing exactly the same. She was kind of posting out information, rallying people together, gathering businesses that could be useful. So yeah, it kind of snowballed from there. There's 1,000 people, or more than 1,000 people, signed up on the group at the minute.
That's in 2 days, 2.5 days.
Well, no, over the first week, actually.
Okay,
yeah. So
Yeah.
it just keeps kind of going, and people constantly contacting me, or there's other colleagues. There's Aileen Lennon, and there's Julia in Kilcool as well. So
I know Aileen, actually.
Yeah, so they're doing great jobs, and then we have all the local reps who just said, yep, that's my street, that's my area, I'll leaflet drop. Then we had a printer came to us and printed everything for free. That was Ian Mullins from Ross Print. I'm trying to remember everybody.
I know the names, there's so many people.
Yeah.
What did you print on the leaflet? What's on the leaflet?
So it actually came from America, and another lady posted it somewhere, and I saw it and I went, oh, do you know what, that's handy, it's concise. And so it basically was, my name is, I live in, you know, whatever house, my phone number is, and if you need anything. So what Ian did was he put the Alone number on it, helpline number, and the HSE helpline number, because at the time the HSE helpline was all you could contact in relation to testing or, you know, queries about the virus. So he did all of that for us. He also put a little QR code on it so people could scan that and straight through to Facebook. So brilliant stuff. So then we had people coming forward, and we all, you know, gloved up and sanitized up and posted them through our neighbours' letterboxes, and we got a great response. It was really like, we're okay at the minute, but it's reassuring to you're there. Yeah. And it just gave them a bit of safety. Some even said they felt safe in their environment now because they knew there was somebody looking out for them. So if anything, we don't do anything for those people, for them to feel safe, I think that's a good job done. You know, it's a nice place to live because of that, you know. Yeah.
So tell me, so people who volunteer, have you sort of divided up the different streets and the roads? Is that how it works, or? It
kind of ended up manifesting that way, but then some people have taken on other areas, like there's a lady involved, Val, with Meals on Wheels, so she's familiar with lots of pockets around the area, so she's done a huge amount, but then just everybody, like there's bigger estates, so people would divide it up between themselves and just kind of run it themselves. Childsland being huge as well, a few ladies out there as well doing that. So yeah, so it was really, it just happened so quickly, and everyone was like, yeah, do that. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And I was a bit afraid to ask people to do it, but somebody didn't even have to. They were just coming with suggestions and all willing to do it. So yeah, it's really great.
The first port, as you say, people, perhaps if they don't have their cocooning or they're ill, whatever, and they're maybe afraid. So the first point of thing is that there's a point of contact locally, because people may have family, but they could be the other side of the country, and it's not feasible, especially not now in the lockdown, for them to come visiting. So that's the first point, that there's a phone number to ring, a human being who lives locally.
Yeah.
What type of things do you think the volunteers will be doing?
Well, what they have been doing is sort of pharmacy runs, or we put an appeal out the other day. A lady couldn't get a thermometer, so someone had two, so they lent one or gave one, you know, things like that, or needing to get to the post office. So everything has been quite, you know, little grocery trips or click and collect. But now, as we're getting longer into this, the issues arising are bigger. So people need to collect their pensions, you know, and people need bigger shops, or so there's things like that. And collecting pensions is a big kind of issue, because obviously there's a massive trust and everything needed there, even going to the bank. So there's all proxy systems set up but it's trying to find someone that is close to someone else, you know, so it's all known, and there's trying to eradicating the fear. And as a result, we've kind of spoken an awful lot with the local community Garda, Maria Curtis. She's been fantastic. She's come back with suggestions and reassuring us. They have a great scheme as well, an elderly register. So we've been encouraging people to sign up to that, so that the Garda can check on them, or you know.
That's such a good point, because let's just say you are that family daughter living in Cork, and your elderly mother gets this note, and you're worrying, oh my goodness, is this a scam? Is my mother going to be scammed? So you're actively involving the guards. That is such, I hadn't thought of that. That's such a good idea.
Yeah, it terrifies me. You know, I'm just, I was like, oh, these people are so vulnerable, and so trying to keep it local to them, but also involving different agencies. Yvonne Ryan from Volunteer Ireland has been fantastic as well, with lots of suggestions. She reached out, and suggestions in and around kind of people they know, Garda clearance, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So from starting a group that thought, sure, I'll just get a few people together, there's lots of considerations now, and the longer we're kind of you know, told to isolate and cocoon, the issues are getting a bit bigger and probably beyond what the group can kind of cope with. So it's great to know we can reach out to these people. The local councillors have been invaluable, because obviously they have different contacts that they can access for us. So Jodie Neary and Lorda Scott have worked really closely with us, and informed us all the time of new changing in you know, employment regulations and essential services, and they just been like feeding the group so much. It's really been useful to have them on board, to be honest with you.
Fantastic. And so people are joining all the time. As you say, it's going to get more difficult. You're right, because it might be, I need a loaf of bread, but then if your fridge is empty, you actually might need a big shop. Well, you know, who's in the house, and maybe you can't get out because there's you could have a small family, but you might be worried that maybe one person has been in connection or contact with somebody, or they're vulnerable. And so, so the problems are going to get bigger before they get better.
And also with you know, every time Taoiseach makes an announcement, we kind of know the click and collect slots are going to be gone and the delivery slots are going to be gone. So it kind of opens us up to needing to provide that service, and in doing so, you know, how do you pay for goods, and all of that, you know, needs to be taken into account, and the safety of the volunteers as well is paramount. So so we're in touch with Tesco, and we're in touch with Anne Daly from Super Value, and again, you know, they're coming up with initiatives, and it's all coming down the line. So even Air Oak, GA Club are helping with Super Value shopping and delivery and everything. So amazing things are happening in the community. So we're all just kind of doing our little bits in our own little corners, but we're all talking. And I always talk about silver linings. You know, if anything is a silver lining, the amount of people I've gotten to know through this, and it's fantastic. So that's my silver lining. For the tough day, I get
and we need it because
messages, you know, it's good.
Because we have to help, because, you know, I know we have to come together and by staying apart, but people still need, you know, to be able to wave in at the window, or if someone's old, or talk to them, and we need this, and they need practical things too as well. So what you're doing is absolutely amazing. Michelle, if you want to do a shout out, what else, do you need anything in particular? Is there anything that you need from the community?
We are trying to get local shops to help with groceries. So I know there's a good few, like Farley's Butchers, and there's Daybreak and Eden Gate and all of that. So we're going to try as much as we can to use local shops, you know, to try and facilitate the little bits of shopping, and that might alleviate some of the click and collect slots and the delivery slots when people need to do big shops. But also we're dealing with people that don't know how to do a click and collect shop online, or how to do their banking online. So we're trying to help them, you know, as locally and as small as possible, so that they don't have to, you know, they're very fearful obviously of things new. And it's not like we can go in and sit beside them and go, sure, look, you press this on the internet and this is what it does.
Yeah.
So it's trying to solve little problems, and we can only do what we can do. But if we can kind of reach out to local shops, if you're willing and able for us to use you, just PM me or get in touch with me on Facebook or through the group, and that would be amazing. Yeah.
And what is the name of the Facebook group again?
Now, it's a bit long-winded. It's COVID-19 isolation help for the Greystowns, Dalgany, and then it goes into, so if you just search that, it'll come up. But it does cover Newtown and Kennedy, Kilcool, and the surrounding areas.
Well, we'll put that in the links below, so people can.
Oh, great! Yeah.
Well, Michelle, you know, it was a pleasure to meet you and your little daughter last year, and her such a sweet child. She was such a good kid, and I'm not surprised when I see what the mum is doing now. So thank you for being one of our Wicklow heroes. It's fantastic, and well done. Well done. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for having the chat. It's great. Thanks a million.
No, fair play. Boolabus. That's Michelle Lynch Power. Thank you so much indeed. I want to thank also Marlena Murphy, who is my producer and content deviser, who found Michelle for me. Thank you so much. And to Gavin Dowd on sound. And until next time, be good, be safe, and help each other.